Hi, so we are moving now on to the next stage of your menstrual cycle. So we're coming into now the inner autumn. It's a nice little depiction here for inner autumn. So this is where things can get a little bit tricky. You might be starting to get a bit angsty. You're going to have a rise in progesterone. So the ovulation has now happened mid-cycle, and we're heading into the second half of the cycle, so the luteal phase of the cycle. So with this rise in progesterone, we do get lots of different emotions coming in. So you probably notice that you're more critical. The inner critic comes in, which can sometimes affect your relationships. So be mindful during this period about perhaps taking some time out for yourself, and also just noticing this inner critic. If it starts really getting you down, just realize it's just a phase that you're in this moment. So the inner critic can be one of the most challenging parts of the autumn phase, but generally you're going to be starting to feel a little less energy than you were in the summer phase. So it's quite important. You can still get a lot of things done in this phase, but you might start to be thinking about winding down a little bit and just taking care of interactions and using some of these practices to ground yourself so that you don't get yourself into trouble. So anger is something that comes up quite a lot with the rise of progesterone in your body. So I thought we'd start with a mudra that helps to release anger. So if you're feeling in your inner autumn really angry, this could be a good pranayama to use. So we're going to take this Mushti Mudra. You're going to bring the hands in, actually bring the thumbs into the palms and make a fist. Yeah, that's it. Bring it down like this. Okay, lovely. And then you're going to actually inhale, reach up. So reach up and then take your thumbs together, the fire element. See if you can place them together. And we're going to use that breath of fire where we're pumping through the belly, drawing the navel back towards the spine. So you inhale and then do that even a little bit more energetically if you want to. Inhale. We're getting really angry. Inhale, bring the thumbs together, pumping through the belly and through the nose. Take it one more time. Inhale, pumping through the belly. Hopefully that gets you to release a little bit of anger. So yeah, Mushti Mudra, and then thumbs joining above you. Okay, another great mudra that you can use is this sort of pistol grip mudra. So left thumb over right, you take a pistol grip. This has many names. It's sometimes known as Kali's mudra or Uttara Bodhi mudra. So we're going to work with that in a minute. So start to just find your way to, we're going to come to like a high lunge, and you're going to take this mudra. It's like a sort of discernment. And you're going to inhale, and you're going to slice with a big, and then reach your hands out. Inhale, take that mudra above your head. Inhale. One more like that. Finding some space, and let's swap out the legs so we don't fatigue with those legs. Come into a high crescent lunge on the other side. Inhale, reach up, pressing through the feet, maybe a little back bend, and then inhale, reach up. One more like that. Inhale, hit your mudra above the head in this high crescent lunge, and then breathe it all out, all of that anger. Right, just going to move this up a little bit, coming into a goddess pose now. So here you are in your goddess pose. You've got your feet grounded firmly into the mat, and we're going to take that mudra again. So you're going to hold the mudra. So you'll come back to this mudra. First of all, we're going to go inhale, And then inhale. Inhale, 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 inhale. You can take this as fast as you like, depending on how angry you are or anything that is annoying you. You're getting rid of it. You're slicing through any limiting beliefs, any angry or difficult emotions. You're shifting them, taking charge of those. So do as many of these as you like, whatever works for you. And now let's just bring the hands to the hips. We're just going to sway through the hips a little bit more. Take it a little bit softer now. Breathe into your hips and shoulders. And come back to your central goddess pose. Just going to take one forearm to the thigh. Reach this hand. Oh, we're softening a little bit now that we've gotten rid of all that angsty energy. And swap it out to the other side. Reaching. Maybe you can change the circle direction. Beautiful. And we're now coming into a seated position. So find yourself in a seated position, or perhaps you could even lie down for this last little section of our inner autumn practice. We have gotten out all of those difficult emotions with our Kali Mudra and our Mushti Mudra. So now I'm going to take you through a little meditation. So get yourself comfortable. Maybe you'd like to lie down and cover your eyes, or perhaps you're happy seated. Start to shut down the eyes and just release all of those difficult emotions, the negative energies. Inhale. Place your hands on your legs for grounding. Just rest in the awareness of your breath. Welcome in that you have grown in your wisdom throughout this month, and you're releasing yourself from negative emotions. With each breath in, new life force energy, and with each exhale, letting go. Releasing tensions as you breathe in and out, softening. And now bring to your third eye any identity or situation that's no longer serving you. Our Kali Mudra links us to our third eye space, Ajna chakra. You could bring the hands there, you don't have to, but you could. Kali is the fierce goddess that strips away all illusions and anything that's no longer serving us. Notice what feelings arise as you bring to mind that difficult situation or the difficult emotion that you're moving through right now. Focusing on letting go. I am free. I'm in charge of my life and how I respond. Visualize with each breath that these negative energies are leaving your body. Visualize this letting go. And try to imagine a space in your body where this energy was stored. Now see it as an empty space. Now start to invite in fresh energies. It's ready to be filled with love, light, and color, and positive emotions. Letting go of that constricted space and filling it with vibrant colors. And a new sense of ease and peacefulness is flowing, flooding the body. You know that all is within you. You have all the skills you need to calm and manage these difficult emotions when they arise. And just acknowledging and taking some time out during the inner autumn to create a space for your own self-care. Maybe have a bath, calm down, remove yourself from any situations that feel inflammatory, and really take care of yourself in this season of your menstrual cycle. Which brings us to the final season, winter. This is the menarche, this is the bleed, this is this magical pause. And what these works really encourage you to do in this moment is to take a pause, to surrender. Do you normally do that in your cycle, or do you just keep going with the masculine energies, take a load of painkillers and force yourself through? Well, divine feminine energy and the information that we're getting from our beautiful wise womb is telling us to slow down in our inner winter. Slow down and just take your time. Give yourself the care and nurturing that you deserve. Yes, there's going to be potentially emotions arising, like you feel that you want to be isolating yourself, you want to withdraw from society or everyday activities. Well, just allow yourself that space if you can. At least try and carve out some time for self-care during your menstruation, this part of the cycle, the inner winter. You are bleeding, you are going to lose energy. All of the hormones have dropped down now, progesterone drops down, and this is what releases the endometrium, the lining of the uterus. Because of the drop in progesterone, you are now having a lot less energy. Estrogen is also flatlining, and you just need to take time out. So taking Yoni Mudra here, just resting into the awareness of your breath. Allowing yourself to rest. Tuning into any emotions and feelings that are arising. And this is a good time to maybe take a breath work, a cooling breath work. So Chandra Vedana, which is moon piercing breath. Take you through that now. You can take this Vishnu Mudra, or just take the two pointer fingers and place them between the eyebrow space. And you're going to hover the thumb onto one nostril and the ring finger onto the other nostril. This hand can be wherever it feels comfortable. So we are going to just first of all take a full inhale and a full exhale. I'm going to close off the right nostril and breathe in through the left nostril. Then you're going to close off the left and breathe out through the right. And you're going to close the right and breathe in through the left. Close the left, breathe out through the right. So we're using the lunar energies, the left nostril, to breathe in. Closing the left, exhaling through the right. Using the cooling energy of the moon, the left side of the nose, inhaling. Closing, exhaling through right. Close right, inhale through left. Creating a moon type shape with the breath, exhaling through the right. Keep going in the flow of your own breath. So you're breathing in through the left nostril and sort of invigorating that lunar cooling energy, and exhaling through the right nostril, which is the sun side. Keep flowing with that breath if you wish to. I'm going to take a few moves that can be helpful during your cycle. So we don't want to do too much active movement. So we're just going to come initially to a tabletop. Maybe it feels good to sway the hips side to side. just maybe this feels good. Releasing some back pain. And just moving through the hips. And from here, we'll just drop into child's pose. This can be quite a good one for easing period pain. Allow your forehead, third eye space, to come onto the floor or can come onto a block. And just allow yourself to rest here. Breathing big and wide into the back of the body. Letting the belly soften, just letting everything soften here. Releasing all the tension, just allowing yourself to melt into the mat. Nothing else to do. If you find it hard to stay still, you could just like roll side to side a little bit. Or just move through the hips a little bit. So from here, we are going to come onto our backs. So this would be this is a great time to use a bolster, if you've got a bolster. Unfortunately, I don't have one with me, so I'm just going to use a nice big cushion. And I'm just going to place this underneath me. I'm going to place the soles of the feet on the floor. I'm just going to lie back onto this cushion for now. Yeah. I'm just going to draw one knee to the chest. Maybe take some hip rotations if that feels good. Maybe a happy baby, if that feels good. Maybe just giving your womb a bit of a massage here, placing one hand on the womb space. If it feels okay, draw the other knee into the chest. Maybe take some hip rotations. Just working into what feels good for you. Maybe take a little happy baby if that feels good. If it's too intense, just keep with the hip rotations. Maybe double legs, giving yourself a hug if that feels like it eases some of the pain that you may be in. Allow yourself to roll side to side. And just take the soles of the feet to the floor. I'm going to come into a twist here. So I'm just going to take my pillow out a little bit. So take the arms out nice and wide. And for this pose, you could take the legs in any shape that works for you. So I'm just going to shimmy to the left side and drop my legs to one side and just look to the opposite side. You might like to place your hand on that top knee if that feels good, a bit of grounding there. Breathing into the side of the body. Just relaxing, draw back to center. Shimmy the hips over to the other side and allow the legs to fall down to one side. Perhaps placing the hand on the knee if that feels good for you, or on the hip, wherever it feels good. Taking the final twist here. Coming back to the breath, nothing else to do. And then just draw back to center. So I'm going to give you two options for our final pose in this inner winter. So some of you might like to take a Baddha Konasana type of shape, a butterfly shape. Maybe put your pillow or bolster here, or a series of blocks, and you might find it quite relaxing to just come in on yourself like this. And just resting the awareness of your breath here. That's one option. If that doesn't feel so good for you, we're going to come into a reclining sort of Supta Baddha Konasana shape. So just get yourself nice and comfy on your bolster, your pillow, or whatever it is you might have. Bring the feet together, allow the butterfly shape to take place if that works for you. If it doesn't, you could just have the legs up like this. So your choice according to what feels good in your body, and just allow yourself to maybe open through the heart space. Hands could be above the body, or perhaps really soothing to take your Yoni Mudra and place it on the belly. Maybe you even might like to massage the belly. Or just rest here in the awareness of the breath. I invite you to stay in whichever shape you've chosen for the end of our practice as I read to you a final piece to close our practice. So stay in your comfortable sort of final position. And I'll read you some words from this book, Shine From Within by Nikki Banas. Stars are born from chaos. They are born only after they first collapse. So beautiful friend, when you find yourself collapsing, when you find yourself lost in the midst of chaos and confusion, know that it's because a new beginning is coming. Know that everything is spinning and turning inside of you in order to form new worlds that you can't even imagine yet. Everything is quietly working under the surface to bring new light, and it will shine brighter than ever. So if you allow yourself this time to rest in your inner winter, know that what is coming afterwards is a sense of relief and renewal as you once again enter the spring of your cycle. So in respecting each phase of the cycle, you can plan your diary, you can learn to live with a greater sense of harmony and working with your body rather than against it. Staying where you are, I'm going to close this practice with a chant that is really appropriate, I think. It is Purna, it refers to Purna, which is the wholeness, a sense of wholeness and completeness as we have with the moon. And since our womb links us to the moon, this seems like a very appropriate chant. So just stay where you are in a comfortable, relaxing place. And I'll close with this. It reminds us that we are all whole. There's nothing needed to complete us. And we can rest in the assurance that all is within. Purnamada, Purnamida, Purnata Purnamudachyate, Purnasya Purnamadaya, Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Purnamada, Purnamida, Purnata Purnamudachyate, Purnasya Purnamadaya, Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Purnamada, Purnamida, Purnata Purnamudachyate, Purnasya Purnamadaya, Purnameva Vashishyate. Om. Remembering that all is within you, and take the lightness and space that you have created from this practice, this groundedness, and take it with you off the mat and into the next month ahead. Thank you.